What's up, everybody? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review today from Star Wars The Black Series. We are finally wrapping up the latest wave of figures with General Lando Calrissian. This is from Return of the Jedi here. It's in the new mural packaging. You can see the nice shot of Lando on the side of the box here. Love that. Lando is number 7 in the Return of the Jedi line. Here is his bio if you want to go ahead and pause it and read it there. On the bottom of the box, we've got the barcode, and then on this side here, the Black Series logo. Nothing on the top but the little window. So we're going to go ahead, get Lando open. We'll take a look at his one accessory, and then, of course, the figure itself. All right, and here's Lando's one and only accessory. It's just a little blaster pistol here. I don't think we've seen this blaster in the Black Series before, so it might be a new mold. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I was looking through my accessories and I don't see any other blaster like this on any of my figures, so fairly confident, but again, could be wrong. But you could see it's completely devoid of paint apps. There's absolutely nothing on this blaster. Some nice sculpt work there with the black plastic, but honestly, I don't really recall what Lando's blaster looks like when he's in his general costume, so I'm assuming it's accurate and it looks good. And of course we do get that awesome holster there, and the blaster just fits right in. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. All right, and here is Lando out of the packaging, looking absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the figure is definitely lacking in accessories, but I really do think they absolutely nailed the look of General Lando here. The photoreal head looks pretty damn good this time around, which all the photoreal Landos have been pretty awesome, so that's not really a big surprise there. I do have a few minor gripes with the figure, and we'll go over that once we take a look at the figure, but just on the rotating base here, I think Lando just absolutely looks so fantastic. Great costume for the character, so let's jump in. Alright, and getting up close and personal here, you can see that the photoreal head is pretty damn awesome this time around. Like I said, the likeness to Billy D. Williams here is fairly accurate. Of course, though, it does suffer from the shiny face here, so Lando kind of looks like he's really sweating it here, but I think it does really look good. Mine does have a little bit of a mess up there. It looks like a second eye or something was tried to print on the side of the head there. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that'll be a real easy fix, so I'm not too worried about it. The hair is nicely sculpted as well. I think it looks very accurate to the character here. And you can see just for the most part that the costume is spot on here, and it actually does have quite a bit of paint on it. I missed having some little paint details like this, so of course you can see those nice little silver buttons there. I'm assuming the rank plate is right there, and you can see that that actually has like a lighter silver color and then like a darker gray there. Of course, the holster right here is a nice floaty piece. The cape and the holster both removable, and we'll take a look at the cape, of course, but you can see some really nice detailing there on the shirt, on the pouches on the side of the arms here. Everything looks to be in order. We got some more silver paint for the belt there. On the wrist, look at all those details there. Man, it has been a while since I feel like we've seen some nice detail work on some Black Series figures, so I really like that they were able to put more paint on Lando than we've seen on some other recent figures, in all honesty. Of course, we got the blue plastic pants here with the nice yellow stripe down the side, painted fairly well. Gets a little muddy down here by the boot, but you can also see it is the single jointed knees, which is this is an important thing to note. It's got the new pinless knees that, you know, the joint is covered up here, but if we take a look at the head, if we pull the cape off here real quick, you can see that Lando doesn't have the new neck peg articulation, so he is just a head on a ball joint here, and it's actually really loose. I don't know if this is across the board, but like, seriously, look at how loose Lando's head is there. You can pop the head off too and take the shoulder strap off here if you want to have that look from the movie. But with the cape back on here, you can see it's just a little piece of plastic there with some gray paint, and it is just a flat blue piece of cloth. It's fine. It gets the job done. Definitely a custom cape is in order for this figure, but I think if you tuck it back a little bit, it rests on his shoulders pretty well. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. It's not obnoxiously poofy. I mean, it can be given the right pose here. You can see like fully extended yeah, it does look a little silly, but mess around with it a little bit, tuck it around in the back there, and you'll be in good shape, and it'll look good, and it'll lay down pretty well. I definitely think this figure has some other weird things. We'll talk about it in the articulation section, but detail-wise, I really do think they absolutely nailed the look of General Lando here. Great photoreal head there. I still think that Skiff Guard Lando is probably the best Billy D head we've gotten, but this one is a close second here. So detail-wise, I am digging this figure. So now let's take a look at the articulation. But as you saw in the details, the head is on very loose here, so looking up, really don't get anything there, and looking down, it's just ever so slight. It's really disappointing that this figure, for some reason, is on a ball joint here. It leads me to believe that, just like Aura Singh, if you guys checked out that review as well, she's like a surprisingly dated figure. So Justin and I have been kind of hypothesizing that General Lando and Aura Singh were probably designed a long time ago and just weren't released for one reason or another, just because they do have some outdated articulation points to them. So we don't get the new neck peg there, and like I said, it's super loose on the head there, so you do get some decent side to side out of it. So mine is just going, you know, straight Exorcist here, no problems. For the shoulders here, we do have some really great range, of course, but again, another point of dated articulation here. No butterfly joints, which is pretty weird. I think that's definitely another sign that maybe this figure was designed a while back and just held off release-wise, but those minor things don't really bug me too much, but I think it is worth pointing out. Of course, the arm rotates all the way around, though. You do get those single-jointed deep-cut elbows, so you get more than 90 degrees there, and of course it rotates. We do have a trigger finger hand here, and it rotates around, and thankfully does have a vertical hinge, which is great. On the other hand here, we of course get a gripping hand with a horizontal hinge. It also rotates around. And as far as a crunch is concerned, we can see here that Lando actually does have a little bit of a crunch forward. Not too bad there. And going backward, you can see it does get a little gappy there, but he does have some decent range back. And also a giant hole. As far as the legs go here, we can get him to kick out about that far with the foot on the ground. We do get a decent kickback here with Lando again, so that is very nice for some nice strutting poses. You can also do the splits about this far. We do get a thigh swivel here, of course. And the single jointed knee does go down to exactly 90 degrees there. Rotates as well. And down for the feet, we can see that they move all the way down and they move all the way up. Great range of motion there. And of course, they do have ankle pivot. So there you go. Articulation wise, a little bit dated, but Lando here is pretty much standard fare. It's a great looking figure, decent posability. You're going to be able to get some iconic Lando poses out of this figure, so it does its job. So now let's go ahead and see how he scales. First up, of course, we have the Return of the Jedi Endor Luke without all the extra goodies on it, because I just bought a second one to have the awesome throne room look, and we've got the Return of the Jedi Han Solo. And following that up, we've got Endor Leia and Skiff Guard Lando, which of course up close and personal here you can see, yeah, it's no contest. Skiff Guard Lando wins all day long. Look at the matte printing that they used to do. It's honestly mind-boggling that they keep doing this new shiny one when clearly in the past they were able to do it and make it look pretty matte. So I really wish we could get back to looking like this. Ranting aside, we've got a couple more Return of the Jedi figures. Of course, it's Admiral Akbar and a Gamorrean guard. Moving on to the Bandai model kits, we of course have the Scarif Captain and a Phase 2 Clone Trooper. And last but not least, we have the SH Figuarts Tank Pilot and the Mafex First Order Stormtrooper. So there you have it. There was my review for General Lando Calrissian, a figure that I think is pretty damn awesome, although I will admit that I am a huge Return of the Jedi fan. I definitely think if you are like me, this is a definite pickup, but I can understand why maybe some people would pass on this version of Lando. Definitely the less iconic of the outfits between Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. There definitely is a few things that could have been done better. The cape is of course a little lackluster. The dated articulation on the neck and the lack of butterfly joints really do hold this figure back in some ways, but overall I do still think it represents General Lando pretty well, so I'm satisfied with it. And I would say go and pick this one up. I do think it's gonna look great on the shelf. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Thank you to all of our channel members that we've gotten so far. We really appreciate it. If you are interested in joining the membership, there is a join button down below, also a link in the description. On the screen right here, we do have a couple other videos for you to check out as well. So I'm Nate from Out of the Basement. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.